building high-performance teams is trust and mutual respect. It's the culture within. Leadership is all about empowering and nurturing the growth and success of others. You learn the most actually from talking to other people. If the client satisfaction is not met, then we would talk to the client about how can we make it right. Every CEO and every business owner, it's a constant struggle depending on what's happening from the top down.
Yep.
From the top down, how do you know from day to day what's happening and where you have to jump in?
Today's Building Legacy guest is Danielle Wellings Carriere. She is the CEO and franchisor of ONESource Moving Solutions. What do they specialize in? They specialize in senior moves, household downsizing, estate dispersal, just to name a few. Hey, welcome, Danielle.
Thank you so much, Frank, for having me today.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Welcome. Anything you'd like to share before we dive into rapid fire?
That we just take the stress out of changing your address.
Great. Thank you. We're going to move into a rapid fire round, just some real quick responses are preferred. You're all set?
All set.
Okay, great. Can you give us your full name?
Danielle Wellings Carriere.
And the people call you by?
Danielle.
And your hometown?
Actually, Windsor, I guess, but I was born and raised in Puce.
Oh, wonderful. Favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate chip.
And your go-to color?
Blue.
Favorite movie?
Christmas Vacation.
And your favorite vacation spot?
Anywhere hot.
I love it. Do you prefer Android or Apple?
Apple.
Thanks, Danielle, for rapid fire. Now let's move into one of my favorite topics, leadership. So as a CEO, you're leading your team. So let's talk about your leadership style for a moment here. So how long have you been with your company and how long have you been a CEO?
So I was back in 2014, I actually purchased a licensee of ONESource Moving Solutions for seniors. And, we had rapid growth and things like that. And we only dealt with seniors at the time. And then as things evolved, businesses were calling us, people were calling us, everybody who wanted some help in the transitional process, including estate dispersals and things like that. So in 2019, I purchased the entire company, and I made it into a franchise-based model. We trademarked in Canada and the US, and this is where we are today with 7 locations in Ontario, expanding across Canada, and have a vision to go into the US in the near future.
Well, congratulations. That's quite an accomplishment. Thank you for sharing that with us. What is your philosophy on building and developing high-performance teams?
Building high-performance teams is trust and mutual respect. It's the culture within. Because if you don't have good culture within your company, how can your team respect you and trust you? It's respect and trust is what our philosophy is.
All really good points. Love those core values of trust.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. How do you identify and nurture future leaders in your company?
So, future leaders in our company, leadership is all about empowering and nurturing the growth and success of others. So again, nurturing them is mentorship, coaching. This provides guidance, building strong relationships. Because if we don't have a strong relationship with them, it's hard for them, again, to trust us and believe in what we see as a vision for the growth and expansion of the company.
Wonderful. So which books or resources most influenced your leadership style?
So I'm not the biggest reader.
Okay.
I'm reading the book Traction actually right now. I have read How to Book Yourself Solid. There's actually an illustrated version, which we use in franchise training and training with our team as well, just about, yourself and things like that. I like to listen to podcasts. I like to be involved in many different things, conferences and things like that, and talk to other leaders. You learn the most actually from talking to other people,
Wonderful.
their experiences and things like that.
Wonderful. That's nicely said. So we're going to move over. Leaders make a lot of decisions. So decision making is always that one where we're just bombarded all day long, have to make a quick decision, have to look at all the information. So maybe walk us quickly through how you make decisions on a day-to-day basis for your business, and how do you make major business decisions?
So again, we're in the moving business. So if you can imagine, there's a ton of moving parts, people's worldly possessions that mean, the most to them. So, day-to-day decisions, typically we train our team leads on the job site to make elective or decisions that they can solve in a timely manner, or, issues that arise. Then the next step would be call the office. We have an operations management, sales manager. So she would then, and then again, if it's a really critical thing, then obviously I would have to step in to solve that problem. Business decisions, typically I do a lot of thought.
Yeah.
I take a lot of time, do a lot of research before, I jump in to make major decisions. But again, the whole growth and expansion of everything starts with myself and our core team at the office. And things like that.
And what about quick decisions when you're under pressure to make a decision right away?
Well, it just has to be done.
Great answer.
Again, we're in the moving business, and how the client has to get moved. The land transfer office never closes. And if you saw one of our social posts, the truck was stalled on the side of the road. And, we have partners that we work with, that if we need something right away to make something happen, then we have all of those things lined up to quickly make decisions and solve solutions to fulfill our clients' needs.
I imagine there's a lot of those per day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yesterday. Oh, dead.
Moving to our third topic today is customer service. Okay. We hear a lot of companies talking about customer service. Everyone says they're the best, they're number one, they have excellent customer service. So what metrics are you using to measure customer service and satisfaction? So
we, again, what we do is very personal. We interact with the client a lot. So we basically follow up with our clients. We also use a platform called Nice Job. We, to get those, Google reviews. Mm-hmm. They don't need a Google account. They get a text message. They can, nice. Do that kind of thing that measures that. Please do a shout out to our team. We ask our clients, can you shout out to our team how you felt about the experience?
Oh, nice.
And things like that. So, we intricately, follow, make sure that the client was happy in the end, with the service. And,
how do you handle situations if a customer's satisfaction is not met?
So typically, if the client satisfaction is not met, then we would talk to the client about how can we make it right? Okay. What did we do wrong? And how can we solve the solution from, whatever it was that they weren't happy with? We just try to make it right with the client. So this way there is ultimate satisfaction, and Wonderful. A 5-star review, for all of our team.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Keep those 5-star reviews coming.
I keep those 5-star reviews.
How are you using technology to enhance customer service?
So we have a custom CRM system that was just built, for company-wide. So our franchisees, along with, our corporate office. So we just track everything through there, making sure that our clients' needs are met. Our team can, put input into the system, which all levels can view, from the sales, myself, in all levels. We also do, again, we use Nice Jobs to, to get those customer reviews and results, so that way we can keep on top of the client success.
I like that you share that it's at all levels in the company, because communication tends to be a really, it's a whole different subject on its own.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Work-life balance. Ever heard that term? That's one of my favorite that people are always talking about. So as CEOs and owners, how do we do work-life balance?
It's a constant working on it.
Great answer.
Working on it. Actually, for the first time in my life, I'm going to go on a second vacation in 1 month.
Excellent.
So leaving tomorrow, to go visit my parents on their 1 month vacation.
Wonderful.
That they take every year. So my work-life balance is becoming a little bit better.
Good.
But again, I would suspect that every CEO and every business owner, it's a constant struggle depending on what's happening from the top down.
Yep.
You know, from the top down, how do you know from day to day what's happening and where you have to jump in and those kind of things.
Well, enjoy your time with your parents. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
My last question is, what advice would you give to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Aspiring entrepreneurs, it's very hard work. You need to understand that when you go in business for yourself, it never stops. You need to keep evolving. You need to keep thinking. You need to follow your dreams. You need to be passionate. You need dedication. And for sure, drive. If you don't have drive and passion, then it won't be successful.
Thank you for sharing those aspiring words for entrepreneurs that are coming up. Where can our viewers reach out to you, Danielle?
So you can always visit us on our website at ONESourceMoving.ca. If you wanted to, you can fill out an inquiry there to have us come out and do a free in-home consultation. We also have a monthly blog, which you can request to have you added to our blog list. And
Wonderful. Danielle, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for being our guest today. I really wish you all the best and some time off. And with that, we wrap up this episode of Building Legacies. And as you already know, an ending is a portal to a new beginning in your legacy building. Thank you.